Then I heard a set apart one speaking. Then I heard a set apart one speaking. And another set apart one said to that certain one who was speaking, how long will the vision be? So perhaps Daniel didn't want to ask. So Yahweh had to send two malachim for one to ask the other. This could be as the two witnesses speaking to each other. Daniel could have seen a moment in time in which Yahweh would explain to somebody through one of his malachim. So there are many ways in which we can see this, but once again, the two witnesses are kind of seen here. So then I heard a set apart one speaking, and another set apart one said to that certain one who was speaking, how long will the vision be concerning the daily sacrifices and the transgression of desolation, also known as the abomination of desolation? The transgression, also they translated as the transgression, making desolate. How long will the vision be concerning the daily sacrifices and the transgression that makes desolate? The abomination of desolation. The daily sacrifices will be the sacrifices in the temple, as we just saw when they killed the two witnesses. When the beast killed the two witnesses, they will stop the daily sacrifices. And they will place, as we see in in Daniel 9, they will place the abomination of desolation, that is the false Messiah. So they stop the daily sacrifices, and the abomination of desolation manifests on earth. So the question is how long this will take, the daily sacrifice and the abomination. How long will the vision be concerning the daily sacrifices and the abomination of desolation? The giving of both the set apart place and the host of the heavens to be trampled underfoot. So the body of the two witnesses and the spirit which is in them to be trampled underfoot. The temple, which would be of stone, and the malachim to be trampled underfoot. So it says, verse 14, and he said to me, for 2,300 days, then the set apart place shall be cleansed. For 2,300 days, then the set apart place shall be cleansed. This was fulfilled with the Maccabees. But like I said, that was one fulfillment to represent the bigger and the most important fulfillment of this prophecy, which would be at the end of times. So we need to locate this 2,300 days within the last week of Daniel, because we see that the last week of Daniel would be, according to the numbers that are given to us in Daniel and in Revelation, would last. The two witnesses are given 1,260 days. The beast is given 42 months, which happens to be exactly 1,260 days. So 1,260 is half of the 7 years. But then we see in another part of scriptures, which I think we already read, that the abomination will last 1,290 days. So that is 260 days plus 30 days. So that is 260 days plus 1 month, which is pretty much the month that is given to the abomination of desolation to kill the many, as seen in Hosea 5:7, 1 month in which the many will die. So 1,260 days, that is 3.5 years. 1,260 days, another 3.5 years, which at the end would be 2,520. 2,520, to which we would have to add 30 days extra given to the abomination of desolation, 1,290, in order for him to kill the many. So that would be 2,550. The time of the two witnesses and the time of the abomination of desolation. So we know through another chapter, and I guess I'll look for it. In Daniel 12:11 it says, and from the time that the daily sacrifice is taken away, the first half that was asked in Daniel 8, and the abomination of desolation is set up, there shall be 1,290 days. So the abomination of desolation, 1,290 days, starting from the moment the daily sacrifice is taken away. So here we see that the abomination of desolation, 1,290 days. Daniel 12:11. Yet we see in Daniel 8 that the abomination and the daily sacrifice will last 2,300 days. Like I said, the testimony of the two witnesses and the abomination would be 2,550. So there's another math that we must do. In this case, a way of doing it is if we get the 2,300 here and subtract from that the 1,290 that we just read from Daniel 12. So if we do that, we get 1,010. So I repeat once again, just in case, because of not being able to draw it anywhere. He said to me, for 2,300 days, the set apart place shall be cleansed. That happened with the Maccabees, but now it will happen at the end of times. The daily sacrifice and the abomination. The abomination, according to Daniel 12, will last 1,290 days. So from 2,300, we take away 1,290 and we have 1,010. That means that the daily sacrifice will last 1,010 days. And right after that, the abomination will appear in the earth. And that will be when the chosen few must listen to Yahushua and flee to the mountains, when the false Messiah appears and everybody thinks he's the real one and starts calling everybody to go and see him.